right, so Tom, I know you've been into Mike a lot. You've been reading a lot about Mentzer. You've been playing around with his philosophies a little bit. And I thought today, and Tom doesn't know this, before we got on, we were joking around about Arnold, and we were doing all kinds of funny stuff with Arnold's voice. We did a little bit on here, but we were making fun of when Arnold and Mike Mentzer got in it at the 80 Olympia. And we had talked about that a little bit before we got on. Little did Tom know that today's topic on Get Real is going to be comparing the training styles of Mike Mentzer and Arnold Schwarzenegger and saying why they could both be beneficial to you. You just got to figure out, once you come to balance, which one works best for you. So, speaking of Mike Mentzer, let's bring up the two men of the hour, the Mentzer brothers.
Bam!
There they are, the Mentzer brothers.
Man. Bro, Mike was such a fucking phenom, though. At this period, I don't know what year this was exactly, though, but this is the period where I think he had probably the most symmetrical, mixed with size, mixed with fucking dude looked like a Greek god, bro. I've never seen a better aesthetic physique than Mike Mentzer. I don't think that Arnold was better.
Had a fat belly. Come on,
Mentzer.
With your fat belly.
Mentzer, stop eating.
Put down the carbs.
No, ain't no fat belly there. But dude, he was definitely in the fucking zone at this point of his career, though.
Dude, he was in tune with his body, and he understood
his arms were at, like, Arnold's attribute, his number one attribute would be his pecs. His pecs were like, he had giant titties. That's why Joe Weider wanted to suck him so bad. But Mike Mentzer's fucking arms were on another level.
Why do you think he won in 80? Come on, bro.
I want to suck your tits.
Like Mike didn't have the pecs of Arnold, but Arnold was just such a larger dude.
Well, here you go. Look.
It had that larger frame. But Mentzer had the arms, bro. Arnold had good arms, but Mentzer's arms way fucking better, dude.
Arnold had more of a
Mentzer had fucking
more of a V build because he had that skinny waist.
The V is everything.
Yeah, and he had it, dude. He was a tall guy. He had the V. His legs weren't overpowering. They were symmetrical with his torso. You know what I mean? And his pelvis. It's a nice symmetrical look up to the bigger upper body. Back then, that was what people loved. Yeah. And I still think, even on smaller guys, that's the look you want. Just smaller. And a little more body fat, you know? You don't want to be that fucking ripped. But, all right, so who do you want to look at first? You want to look at Arnold's, a typical Arnold routine, or a Mentzer routine?
Yeah.
Which one you want to see first? What choice? You have choice. Can you hear me, bro? Uh-oh. I'm going to take a pause, everyone. And sorry about that, everybody. We had some technical difficulties, but we're back. Everything's working. So, Tom, who should we start with? Which workout?
Arnold, you son of a bitch.
Come on. So there's Arnold's workout. So this is what he'd do on his chest back workout day. Now, it's not so much we have to go through every exercise, but let's look at total sets, right? That's really what matters, is volume. So he did, for chest and back, not including warm-ups, I'm assuming, he did a little bit of warming up before he started, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 46 sets for chest and back in one workout.
That's insane.
But let's admit to ourselves, though, that it obviously, again, whatever he was on and whatever his genetics were aside, it worked for his body. Obviously, he wouldn't have got anywhere if it did. Now let's compare that to some workouts of Mentzer.
He has a lot of very high rep ranges, I noticed.
Yeah. It's time under tension. Dude, most bodybuilders have always done time under tension. You want to move that muscle as much as possible in one sitting until it's dead. Pretty much. Now let's count his sets. And let's even add together chest and back, even though they're separate workouts. Let's add this. 2 sets, 4, 6, 12. And lower reps. So polar opposites, you would say, right? For the most part.
Wait, what's polar opposite from what?
So they're two training styles.
Compared to the other workout?
Yes. Oh no, looks like we're having some more technical difficulties again. All right, so I'm going to take the lead on this.
But I didn't
you hear me?
hear what.
You
compared
hear me right
to the
now?
other workout?
Yeah, would you say they're opposites? Yeah, it looks like we're. You hearing me, man?
I hear you now. Yeah. I don't know
All right,
what's going on.
Just to wrap this up, there are 2 different styles, 2 different ends of the spectrum. But yet, if you look
whose
at
workout is this we're looking at now?
It's a Mentzer type workout. I don't know who it was
I was
for.
going to say, I'm like, this ain't Arnold. Yeah, it's completely different. It's completely different.
This is it's a polar opposite. So, but no one can deny that even though they were polar opposites, they both worked for both of them.
It worked.
You can't deny that they both worked.
No.
So,
and it worked for Dorian.
And it worked for Dorian. So here's my thought, and to finish this up,
Mentzer's style work for Dorian.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Before we have more technical difficulties, I'm going to wrap this up. So, as with everything else I've been saying,
Mentzer.
As with everything else I've been saying, it is very individualized. You have to find what works best for you and what your body likes. Not everybody's going to be a great squatter, and they're not going to want to do squats all the time. They should do squats, but other people are going to want to do them all the time. I've run into both types of people that want to do them all the time and that want to do a minimum or not at all. And depending on what your goal is, and even on the goal, it depends on your body again and what your body likes and what you're eating for. You know, people a lot of times will do other people's workouts and maybe even eat like them. But a lot of times you don't get the same results. You get results. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely. Trying something different is getting a result. We'll always get a result.
Because you will shock your body.
In a way, yes. But good or bad, something's going to happen. But to go to that next level with it and to be safe long-term with it, that's very specific for certain people's body types and things like that. It just works better for them. And people have done Mentzer's workout and it didn't work for them. And they did Arnold's workout and that worked for them. Mm-hmm. People have tried both of them and then tried something different. Somebody we both know, I don't know if any of the listeners know Rich Piana. He tried all different things. He did, but most of his stuff was very high rep. So he was a time under tension guy too. But my philosophy is, and this is what works for me, again, You have to figure out, I want to reiterate this. Don't do what I do. Use the principles I use, but figure out what the better workout is for you. And again, that's in the new program I'm going to do. That's beyond balance. That's program 2. That's the second level. Once you're balanced, the second level is beyond balance. And that can go wherever you want. But personally, I mostly like time under tension, especially when I've been eating a lot of good beef, and I've been trying to get my liquids in, and it's going to cool off out here, so I'm going to get even more liquids in without sweating as much as I've been naturally without even drinking more. And I feel like my muscles are fuller. Obviously, I've lost some body fat. Again, any listeners who listen to older episodes or have been listening, I've been doing elimination. I've been eating really well and working really hard, but smart, and I haven't been overtraining. But I will every now and then do a workout where I want to throw some weight around, and I want to keep it to like 2 sets. I want to warm up the shit out of myself, but I only want to do 2 sets. And then that's it. But then I know I'm not going to do that for a little bit again, because I've tried multiple weeks in a row. And for me, and it's because of the jobs I've done, which you've also done, of carrying stuff on my shoulders, picking up heavy stuff over and over, and walking on planks to get into houses being built, delivering hardwood floor. Your body has not only been hurt by doing that, because a lot of us, how did we carry the wood, dude? You picked the shoulder and threw it up there, right? That was the easiest way to do it. That takes a toll on your spine, dude. It takes a toll on your spine after a while. I not only did that, but what was my next job after that? I delivered bottled water. What did I do with the bottled water? Threw it up on a shoulder. But at least I was smart enough, I tried throwing it on the other shoulder to try to compensate. Because there was actually these really cool hooks that go right onto a 5-gallon water bottle that had a handle on it. So you could carry 2 bottles at a time. You pick one up on this shoulder, and you'd hook your little thing in another one, and you'd be able to carry 2 bottles in at once, wherever you were going. But still, that's 50 pounds on your shoulder over and over and over again. So when I went and got x-rays done after I stopped, when I was a trainer, I wound up having a curve in my spine because of it. And it's something I fight to this day to correct and to keep straight. So if I do too much tension on my spine, I will hurt myself. I will hurt. I can't overdo it. But that doesn't mean I can't lift heavy, and it doesn't mean I can't lift high rep and high volume. I mean, you just have to do it smart and listen to your body. You have to be in tune with your body, and then safely test out the workouts. Don't go to where the guy you're following, what he's doing. Back it to its simplest form and build up slowly and see how it goes. You'll know. Everybody will get that initial benefit, but you got to see what it is a little more long term. But don't progress too fast. Let it settle in and see what it is more long term. But if it's not working, stop doing it. Doesn't matter how big the guy or how great the guy who's doing it is doing it. It works for him. That's when you move on to another style, doing something different. See how that works. Sometimes it's as simple as your body just likes to have different stuff thrown at it. Oh, it looks like we lost Tom. So, wrapping all that up, looks like we got him back again, possibly. Yeah, I think we got him back again. We're just rolling with it, brother. We're rolling with it.
Yeah, I missed a lot of what you said, but I do feel like from what I heard from what you said, the stuff we put our bodies through and stuff like that, depending on where you are in your life's, cycle or whatever. If you're earlier on, I think if you want to really, you want to pack on muscle a lot quicker. I definitely feel like the Mentzer, Dorian Yates-ish high intensity training is definitely, you get quick results from that. But
do it safely.
Yeah, you have to do it safely. But I also think that, my enthusiasm for lifting, if I'm doing the more Menser style with a lot more rest in between, and on my rest days, I do active recovery. I'll do, I'll make sure I get my steps in, walking or doing some kind of cardio, light pace, nothing high intense, but just, fat burning kind of cardio shit. But
Neat work.
I feel like my what?
Neat work. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It's called
non-exercise. Say it again. Non-exercise what?
Non-exercise activity thermogenesis.
Oh, neat. NEAT. Oh, cool. Yeah. That's the good stuff. But I feel like my enthusiasm for lifting is it's more on fire now because there's so much rest in between for recovery. And I really believe in the recovery aspect of it. And, Dorian tweaked it, and he had more rest days than most people. Didn't have as many sets as Arnold, right? Because that's Mentzer's way. Not as many sets, but emphasizing more the negative, less emphasis on the positive, more on the negative of the rep and stuff like that. But do I feel like I could do at this stage of my life? Do I feel like I would do high intensity training? No, absolutely not. Like I'm like Dorian Yates. I'm an old man now. I don't look it, but I'm old, and it's like I can't do it for long. But
you're young to me, brother. You're young to me.
Yeah, not really. But why a couple days? But it's like a couple hundred days.
Yeah,
a couple hundred days. It's still only a couple hundred days. But no, but honestly, the whole thing in terms of that thing, because we had that discussion the other day about it, and I think it's important, depending on where you are in your life, it could work for you, absolutely. And I gotta say, dude, I have not felt my muscles this full, and I haven't felt this strong and this enthused about lifting in years and years and years. And I do not think I'll stay with Mike Mentzer's thing forever, but I will constantly have to go back to it because my muscles were looking so flat, bro. My arms looked flat. Everything looked flat. My legs, everything just looked flat. I didn't feel strong. I noticed that I was gradually getting weaker, and I was like, It was like the sacrifice of, okay, try to lean out, and then at the sacrifice of muscle mass and strength, which Mike Mentzer emphasized. He emphasized muscle size with muscle strength. That's the way it happens, and the only way to do that is to give it proper time to recover. So I agree with all of that, and I also think recovery is also instrumental in avoiding injury. So I'm good with that. But I do still think endurance is very important. Flexibility is ridiculously important. I need to keep an emphasis on that as well.
Range of motion.
I can't just do Mike Mentzer and be like this giant freaking house, where I'm like, I start getting really, really fucking big, and then I'm not flexible, and I'm like, very immobile. You know what I mean? Because then you get too blocky, and me, I have the wide Irish shoulders. Like I get big very easily, very quickly. So like I said, I don't think I could do Mentzer. I could do Mentzer for 6 months. I bet you I'll look like a fucking monster, and then I'll cut down after that. But if I keep cardio in the middle,
that's my problem, I should be all right. Bro. That's my problem. I got that fucking Sicilian Neanderthal blood. I got that wide back, dude, and I don't like heat.
Yeah. yeah. You're very, you and me are very similar body type.
That's a fact, right? Right.
What?
That they did tests on people in Italy, and mostly Sicilian people, and they shared DNA with Neanderthals.
No shit. That's why you're so fucking hairy, you motherfucker.
Dude, I swear,
hairy bastard.
I swear that's got to be it.
Yeah.
But again, I just want to wrap this up and say I agree with everything you said, Tom. Everything you said.
Because it's got to be, like you said, it's got to be what works for you and where you are in your life. Like for a younger kid that wants to pack on muscle and we're a hard gainer, absolutely. Mentzer's style is with the rest. It's the guy was a fucking genius. I don't care what anybody says. The guy was the scientist of bodybuilding. But for our age, bodybuilding only works so much, and then it's like, dude, I'm not trying to go in a contest.
Right.
I'm not. I want to be strong. Muscle mass is incredibly important, as Dr. Andrew Huberman would say, or I think he's a doctor. He's on Rogan all the time, but he's a brilliant guy. Muscle mass is very important as you get older. Holding on to muscle mass shows for better longevity, better brain health, even. Like your whole body benefits from it. Less disease. If you have more muscle mass as you get older, you can't let resistance training go.
I can't express enough to people how important resistance training and holding on to muscle is. I cry it to people all day and night.
Absolutely.
They wonder why they have all these problems. Why they have all these problems. Yes, agreed.
Yep.
And they have all these problems, but they don't want to retrace it back right to Occam's razor. Why are these things wrong with me? Because I'm not healthy.
Yeah.
I'm not healthy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like I have somebody that I'm not going to name, but I work with, who has major back problems, and all they do is nothing. They want to go home and lay on the couch and do nothing. And I remember when I worked with them years back when I first started with them, and they were like, "Oh, to have a bike, a little beach cruiser." I'm like, "That's awesome. You stay active." And this girl, she used to run circles around girls half her age. I mean, granted, she's in her 60s, she's older and stuff, but her back is only getting worse because she just goes home and just is miserable and goes, "I think I'm just going to lay down and I'm going to wake up and it's miraculously just going to go away." No, you're not mobile. You're not doing anything. You're only making it worse by not doing anything.
Here's the
how much muscle mass this person has probably lost from just laying on their ass because they are just hoping that these stretches will work and that's it. But not any resistance training, nothing to like build the muscles around it.
No,
nothing.
No. And here's the sad
core
part.
strength. Where's your core strength? Gone. Then you wonder why your back hurts?
Here's the sad part, too, is now with her back hurting, if she really tries to go do those things again, she's going to hurt herself. Because now her body's screwed up, and she's going to think, because her mind tells her, well, you used to do this, so you're fine doing this.
Yeah.
But she's going to hurt herself. Again, last 2-second story.
That's what I worry about.
I'm out of here. I have a client, Martha, that's very active, super active, bikes all the time, very active. She was having knee pain. Now, why you would think to yourself, why is a person who's very active has knee pain? Because she would not train her glutes to the point where I needed her to have her be more balanced in her movement. Because when you're pedaling, you're using some hips, yes, but you're using a lot of knee.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay? So
my knees never feel very comfortable on bikes, to be honest.
No, and the size of your legs and everything matter. So I would tell her from day one, Martha, our workouts need to be us working everything you don't work when you bike. That's what your workout should be, so you don't get hurt. Martha's very guarded, and I don't blame her. And it took a little longer, but now she notices now how important working her glutes are. So literally in one workout, she told me about the pain. She showed me where it was. I said, it's your glute. I was like, okay, I don't think it's that. I made her do a move. It was gone in 10 minutes. Because her glute started working and firing the way it was supposed to. A joint, just like a piece.
That sounds like me with my groin.
Your body's just like a piece of machinery in a way that it's kind of still like physics, in the way that if things aren't lined up correctly and everything's not firing correctly in a machine, you're going to feel it at the joints of the machine, and that's what's going to break. Because that's what's getting taxed. And it's very similar to your body. So I just say to everybody, please, if you're ready to start, get yourself to a more balanced place before you go doing anything crazy. If you let yourself go and you're in pain, you have to undo that pain to some degree before you can go do those things again. So wrapping it all up, find what works for you, balance yourself, have fun, be healthy. That was Get Real.